Hey everyone, and welcome to the Infinite Respawn podcast. I'm Chicken.
I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Griff.
Baka.
What's up, guys?
What's up?
How's it going? I was just looking over our sad state of news. You want to talk about Microsoft or Blizzard? Those are our choices today. I was just looking
Which
at
is
it.
basically just Microsoft now at this point.
Yeah. Not yet. Not yet. As we're going to talk about, they delayed it, so it's soon, but not yet.
That is true. That is
Let
true.
us be, date correct here, I guess. God. It's weird. I guess it's one of those things where it's like, it's a little sad that that's all there is to talk about. But on the flip side, like, I guess we don't hate it because we all just put our, well, okay, 3 out of the 4 of us, because yours probably never lapsed, but 3 out of the 4 of us just put our Game Pass back up. Not because of this, but because a game that we wanted to play was on Game Pass. So it was easier to do it that way.
I did download Call of Duty though after the announcement though. So that should tell you something.
Man, I saw an old friend of ours loading up Call of Duty. They used to do a lot of Borderlands farming, so you'd see Borderlands pop up and off for them, and then it started doing it like this weekend with Call of Duty, and I'm like, you can't farm in that game like you can in the other. Why is this continuously loading up every 5 seconds?
Probably just trying to get it to run.
Well, it did say it was one of the older ones, so yeah, I guess probably. But yeah, the thing that we all put our Game Pass up and played, well, we've been playing regularly, and then Oak joined us last night, is that game that Chicken was talking about, that Exoprimal game. It's fun.
I was so surprised on how fun that game was, and like y'all were raving about it, and I'm like, okay, I mean it was hit or miss based on the footage they originally showed.
Yeah, it's like, well, I mean, I guess this might be okay, and then you start playing it, and you're like, this is better than okay.
And the thing about it that I really like, I didn't know if I was gonna like the team aspect of being able to see the other team and
the enemy team, even if you're doing
the enemy team.
You're completing objectives slower than the enemy. Shut up.
I know.
I know very well.
God,
I know very well.
I don't like your attitude. What is?
To be fair, nothing feels quite as good as you were completing objectives faster than your enemy.
Well, yeah, but then you're like, well, thanks.
Oh,
That's a lot of added pressure. Now I have to like keep it up, you know? Performance anxiety kicks in.
No, it was fun though.
Perform fast.
I think the interesting part to me, for those that are thinking about it, like if you have Game Pass or whatever, and you're thinking about playing it, I think the interesting part to me is the fact that all of us have started at different times or continuing to play. Like in Chicken's case, he's been playing more than ever, I think, than everybody else has. So he's further along in the plot line than everyone else is. But we can all just play our matches, and then we progress through, and it's like, do you have a cutscene or you do not? Are we waiting on somebody to finish their cutscene?
Yeah, because it's for everybody individually. So if you're in a team of 5, because that's like the maximum team size, and like Chicken just had the plot cutscene last match, you may come out of it and be like, give me a second, guys, I gotta watch the cutscene, and it doesn't force everybody in your party to watch it, which is nice. I'm glad that it does not do that. You get your own, you can play at your pace, still get the story dripped in where it needs to be, but you don't have to stop everybody else from doing things to watch the cutscene again.
And
like
story-wise, pretty good, actually, so far anyway.
Yeah.
From what I've heard, it takes approximately 60 games to finish the entire story.
Wow.
I feel like I've played more than 60 games.
It tells you at the front, your front screen, how many battles you've logged.
I should look at that. I didn't realize there's so much stuff on the screen sometimes that there are still things that are probably right in front of me. Like last night I was like, is there somewhere on the front screen to see your level? Yes, it's at the top right hand corner. I didn't realize that because there's so much on it that my eyes just gloss over a lot of the things on the screen.
I will say that one complaint I have with this game, and this is a complaint I have with a lot of games, especially ones that are the company is Asian based in some way, because it seems to be more regularly with theirs for some reason, and it just might be a cultural thing. But when I go to log out of the game and I want to go to my desktop, please, first of all, don't hide it. I feel like they're hiding it.
That's a Capcom thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You gotta do that in Resident Evil.
And secondly, allow me to go straight to the desktop.
Yeah, don't make me click the thing to go to the title screen and then go to the title screen to load up and then go to the desktop. It's like, I'm done here.
This is why Alt F4 was invented.
Yes.
It's very fast too. Mine close instantly.
But I understand that.
But it
but
shouldn't
it
have
is-
to
All
be
it
this
that way.
shouldn't
forward
have
was
to be.
invented for other reasons.
It's bad
but-
UI design, is what that is.
Yeah, but-
Oh yes, it's bad game design. Period. But again, if you've ever played a Capcom game, you're very well aware when you go to escape, it takes you back to the menu, and then you press escape, and it takes you back to the title screen. You're like, "Fuck the Alt F4, just get me out of here.
Yeah, I mean,
Let me out."
that's like playing
Let me out.
Resident Evil. It was like, okay, I've saved my chapter at the typewriter. I'm ready to be done. Exit. Oh, I guess I'm exiting to the title screen. You got to go to the title screen, let it play the little like flash enter thingy, push the A button to get into the actual menu, and then you can leave.
Yeah,
It's
it's
like, I
very
don't-
similar to another game you're playing, Griff.
Dragon's Dogma, because they're all Capcom. All of them. It's so frustrating.
Well,
Frustrating.
I mean, and to be fair, like Dave the Diver does the exact same damn thing, and it's a Korean based company. It's like something, and I think Americans were just like ready to get the fuck out.
Like, I'm done playing. Stop asking me. I have decided to exit. I don't need to go back to the title screen to do that.
We're like always in a hurry or something. I don't know what it is. Mom, I promise I wasn't playing a game.
I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't like that. It is kind of time wasty for no real, like, there's no purpose to it because it automatically logs you back into the same Capcom ID. So it's not even like, oh, maybe you're switching Capcom IDs because you share your PC and or console with 3 other people. Like, it's a timeshare or something. Like, I don't know.
That's why you got to think about it in terms of a house. They look at it like you're up in your room playing, so if you want to quit, you got to go all the way downstairs and open the front door and leave. I say, fuck that. Just jump out the window and you're out of the house. Alt F4 out the window. All right, I'm done here. You know, when you leave your friend's house, you just leave out the
Tuck and
window.
roll out the second
The
story.
Exactly. It's faster. It's faster that way.
Yeah. It's been a thing. It's fun though. It's interesting. I like with the characters. I don't mind that there are 3 characters that are locked behind levels because they aren't, you don't have to have them. So, and you can earn levels relatively quickly. I mean, not
Yeah, I
super
went
fast.
from never playing to I think level 7 is when I logged out last night, and we played like 5 games maybe.
Something
Oh,
like
it's so
that.
fast.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the level progression thing doesn't bother me at all. I think like they have it set up and I was a little concerned when we first started playing. It's one of those things where they don't have like a matchmaking rating and MMR kind of deal where it's like, oh, you're going to be against people that have played as many equivalent games as you or close because you unlock modules for your suits and equip those, but I was afraid that was going to be like, well, somebody that's played for, 60 hours already and has unlocked all of their modules and I'm unlocking my first one, right now. I'm not going to be able to fight against, but it's really not that much of a difference in power dynamic, like, at that point, I think. As long as you can still pretty competently play a shooter, you're okay. Chicken looks like he disagrees with me. I'm sorry.
No, you're 100% right.
What?
Computer's being funky
His
today.
lag spike.
Yeah,
Oh.
computer's being funky. I've already hit like 8 of them in the middle of a conversation. I don't know why shit's just stop.
It doesn't like you today.
No, it does not. I'm gonna have to have a real discussion with it afterwards.
Baka's
I
like, tell
will-
me about it.
The game is really pretty too. Like
It
like
is.
you pull it up, and when you first see your character after you've done the character design and all that stuff, and they're kind of just they're just sitting down or whatever, and being talked to, and it's like I was like I could not get over just how good the lighting was, how well it was done. I was like, here we are in gaming, guys. This is where we are.
I mean,
This
the
is what
RE
The
engine,
RE
is
engine is
very
great.
pretty. Like,
Mhm.
it's a very good engine in my opinion for looks wise and things like that. Like playing Resident Evil 4, I was like, geez. Even though like his hair is curly and all that stuff, it still moves and whatnot, and it's pretty and it doesn't lag and get weird about it, and all of the textures look really great. And I kind of was wondering how that would translate into something that was maybe a little faster paced, like the Dino game, the Exoprimal one. It translates great. I guess especially since you don't see a lot of the hair stuff. I will say the Barrage, the character that I play that has the flamey head, sometimes his flames look like cell shaded almost because it's slightly different graphically, but it doesn't bother me. I don't mind it. So I do think it's funny that his hair has to reignite at the start of every round, though. You gotta load in, and then it's gotta turn back on.
That's funny.
You can't go around your ship with fire hair, so.
Well, I mean, but it's on in the... Well, is it? Maybe it's not on when he's in the dock. Like, on the ship
No, I don't
and you're
think it
looking at it.
is.
I don't think it is. I guess you're right. I guess we can't turn that on in the enclosed spaces. Maybe you're correct. Plus, I think the little, like, orbs that come and get you and take you to the next place, to me, they look like they're water-based, so I guess it would put it out. Just gotta reignite.
It looks electronic based on mine.
Well, I
It's
thought it looked like
almost
slushy.
digitized to go along with the whole Matrix look that parts of the game have.
Yeah.
Do they have a list of what the alternate?
Yes, they do. Would you like a list? They have all of them.
Yes, because I like the game is interesting, and I get why you guys are having fun with it. I just can't fully get into it because I just don't particularly care how most of the characters work.
But you like Farah.
Yeah,
in
but
Overwatch.
but Starfire,
Sci-fi.
Yeah, that doesn't-
whatever.
Yeah, that doesn't really work that way.
Yeah, she doesn't work that
True.
way. She's supposed to be a supporty person, not a DPS person. Farah is DPS, no support. So I mean, I get
I'm trying to figure out what else he played in Overwatch.
mostly Farah.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
he didn't play anything but Farah.
Bastion.
Yeah, Farah, Bastion. I mean, there's not really a turret necessarily. Deadeye, which
I
is
mean-
your default one, is
No,
you
I'd
know,
go with Krieger for a Bastion style. He's like Bastion and Winston because he's a
with
stationary
that.
style tank.
I just wish he would maybe do a little bit more damage.
You can make him do more damage. You got to get all the modules
your
Yeah,
upgraded.
your modules are what help with that.
Yeah.
I like with mine, with the Deadeye last night. Like the first one I got really wasn't. It was like if you're down 45% on your health, you can run faster. Was the first one I got.
It's an emergency thing.
I
the
should be
second
using that one so I can run back to Cat.
There you go. The second one is that I got was I think it's a 10% increase or 15% increase after a certain amount of hits with my gun.
You're talking about his first special module. That thing, it's 5% damage increase every time you land a bullet. So as you are shooting the same target, your damage just fucking ramps until you reload.
Barrage
Which is
has
good,
a
like,
similar
that's-
one. He gets one of the ones that I'm running on him is if you hit something with your grenade, any shot like subsequently for like the next 5 seconds or something, however long that buff lasts, is stronger than your normal shot is. So I like that. I like that a lot.
And as you get further on, Griff, because I've also learned that the generic dinos that he throws at you early, you know, like the raptors, the suchomimuses, and the other ones, they all come immune to specific things. Like there are dinos in later stages that are immune to fire. So
No, I need that.
you're gonna you'll have to play differently
my whole
depending on the
ult.
kind of dino. Yeah, so you don't ult the little dinos.
Well, no, I guess that's true. I wouldn't be using it on that, but still.
Yeah, so well they come. So you'll have to.
That's good for replayability though, because now you go, okay, I'm gonna learn.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I can't use this fire now. I've got to change my tactics.
Yeah. So, and you can't change your modules per round, like in the middle of a round, but you can change who you're playing. So it's like, oh, well, my barrage is completely built around fire damage. Let me swap to somebody else real quick. So,
you can change your rig and you can change your character. Those are the two things.
yeah.
So
So, but I mean, Capcom could actually do something with this. The downside is they're selling it for $60 when it should be at best 40 or something that's like a free to play that lives on the battle pass. I wouldn't put it as free to play because then I think they'd be too focused on bloating it with stuff they could sell. I'd say put it at the 40
having played it
and-
last night, I agree with you 100% on that. I think 40 would be fine. I think you're going to get $40 worth of play out of it. The battle pass, which we ended up looking up last night and figuring it out, it's normally $10. It's $9 if you're getting it on Microsoft through the Game Pass.
Yeah.
So you get $1 off. Good luck.
and they're good about not pushing it on you or making any of this stuff locked behind the walls because you can
Yeah.
get pretty much everything in game.
Yeah, you
through
can
their war
get the
chests.
skins that are in the battle pass through your war chest too, I think.
Yes, pretty much everything you can get. Well, the battle pass stuff, maybe. I'm not 100% sure on that one. I wouldn't be surprised if it was just
I
in
saw a battle
the war
pass
chest.
spray, like not spray, icon that was in one of my chests, but that might not be the case. I might not have realized that it wasn't the battle pass one. But I'm not sure. I mean, but I think that $40 with a battle pass would be great. That's why we're playing it on Game Pass, is because we didn't want to spend the $60 on it. It's, you know.
And we're
Although-
hoping we don't know for sure for those that are looking at possibly buying it but wanting to try it out, like Chicken. For an example, we're hoping that the Capcom ID will transfer your information as well. So if you wanted to play on a different type of platform, we're hoping it'll allow you to be able to transfer that information.
Yeah.
Don't know if
It'd
it
be
will or
nice
not,
If it
but-
wouldn't be tied to that, because, you know, if it went on super cheap on Steam, we'd like to, you know, just do that. But
Yeah, if it did that, then I wouldn't feel bad about having to actually buying it.
Right.
but I'd want confirmation.
Oh
So.
yes.
But it's been a lot of fun. Well, for some of us, I'm sad that Baka's not enjoying it, but I also understand. But and like Chicken said, or Chicken told Baka, I know they're doing a rework or like a secondary spec for the characters, and that one will probably be more along the Pharah lines for him. So
Yeah,
Oh,
it's
hopefully.
more flying and crowd control for Skywave. Second one, it's called Thunderclap. She flies. She has much more minimalistic healing style in that one.
yeah, Nuggets running.
Yeah, because like when we play together, Cat's generally the healer, and it's like, well, there's no point in having two healers because yeah, we're staying alive, but
I think you would
we're not dealing out DPS though.
I think you would probably like the locked support one that Chicken was playing, the one that's like kind of like Tracer. I think you'd probably like that one too. It's good mobility.
No, that one was okay.
She is a blast. Like having the full ability. She also hits harder than most of the other heroes do. Like I am shocked how hard that support hits. Like
You
she
said
hits,
that's the locked one?
yeah, she
she's-
hits her autos hit for
That would make sense, I guess.
110 each.
I can't remember what a lot of the names are for anybody that's not
Nimbus.
one that I'm playing.
Nimbus, Skywave, Witch Doctor for the 3 supports, Roadblock, Krieger, and Muramasa for the tanks, Deadeye, Zephyr, Barrage, and Vigilant for the DPS.
There's another one, another DPS, right?
No, that's
There's
all
one
4. Deadeye,
I
Zephyr,
remember
Barrage,
Monster was
Vigilant.
okay, but when I went and played him the first time, I didn't realize he was a tank.
Yeah.
He does a pretty significant amount of damage for a tank.
Your team has to enable him to tank as hard as he can because
He's like
you
a
need.
Zarya. I feel like you can
Yeah.
really get wasted if your team's not supporting your playstyle. Oh no, Chicken froze. He's thinking really hard about the Zarya comment.
It does. It really is.
There he is.
There he goes.
Hey, you're not frozen anymore.
Yeah, I know. Trust me, it's been happening like 2 times every minute for the last 20
Chicken's like,
minutes.
when will Ceasefire be in my area?
Oh, trust me, I scream every single time I see them anywhere. It's like, please, you're right down the block. Bring it to me.
Bring me
Them
the
or
fiber.
AT&T. Both of them.
AT&T
Both
out
of them.
here is garbage.
Yeah, it's
Um,
worse than
Yeah.
they don't
Well,
offer
it-
anything here.
But what I'm saying, but they run all new line when they do that.
I
It's
know,
not the same line.
I know.
It's
We've
not
looked
the
at
same
them.
line, yeah, but their service
They
is-
offer a little. They offer the same thing as Comcast and with the same speed,
but
the same
more
price
money.
too.
Currently, right now for you, yes.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
problem. It's
That's
just
what I'm saying.
all
When
right
they
now.
do their, like what I have, they introduced it into the neighborhood and they had to run all new lines to the neighborhood. That's what
Yeah,
I'm saying.
But
You're
that's the
gonna get
problem
all
with
new-
us is we live a little bit further out, and so we're not gonna have access to that for a while until Spire
Mhm.
is, more settled and established, and will actually run it, the block away. Because like Chicken said, they're literally on the block from us, like down the block.
They're at
from
the
us,
end of the
and-
road.
Yeah.
You go down the road,
Really?
you make a left,
Yeah.
and you go around the building back there, and they're right there on that corner. You can see their fucking box right there.
Yep. That's how close it is. Like, you could actually see, like, probably during the fall and winter when the leaves on the trees are gone, you could probably
Mhm.
see it from our house where their box is at.
Wow.
But they're not here. They're not on our street. So, Chicken, I think you should drop them letters every day, just daily. Be like, hey, I checked in yesterday. Just checking again. I'm a block away. Where are you? Would love to give you my money, please.
But for the Exoprimals, the alpha variant suits, it's a month out from right now. It's August 16th is when they're going to release those.
That's how they keep you on the Game Pass. Oh, you put your Game Pass back up for $1? Guess what? New stuff next month.
Pretty much.
I'm not that mad though. The game's
I
fun.
mean, they're starting the weekly rotation this weekend now.
I just want Capcom to actually support this. Capcom's notorious for being like, here's a multiplayer that we had a great idea for, and we're done with that now.
Because they constantly tried to force PvP only modes like Resident Evil not Revelations. Shit, what was that one called?
Resistance?
Resistance?
I want to say it's Resistance.
Yeah,
can
Resistance,
Google it
and then Reverse, and like all of their games were just full
Straight
PvP
PvP.
specific ones. And it's like the RE engine is so good.
Please stop holding it so tightly.
I like how bright the colors are compared to what you're used to looking at when you're looking at Resident Evil.
Yeah.
Well, Resident
Sorry.
Evil is also a dark zombie game, so
Yeah.
Well, but I think it showcases the engine is my point.
Oh,
Like
okay,
you're
the
gonna get a good
versatility
look,
of it.
and then you have those nice bright colors, and
I see what you're saying.
they're really showing off their engine.
Yes. Their engine has a lot of malleability, so which is good to see. I'm excited to see what else they could do.
yeah. I know this is like everything that we've been doing, but Baka managed to start and finish Assassin's Creed Origins. Whilst we were over here shooting dinosaurs, he's over there climbing on Zeus's.
What's that, Griff?
Jump.
No.
What's that, Griff?
That Odyssey where I did that one.
Odyssey. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I started that one today since I finished Origins.
Man. Yeah. So
Well,
someone
Origins has its issues. Like the main story, it was fine. It was good. It was just so fucking bloated with side quests, and most of them are like, this idiot got himself captured. Break into the camp with all the guards and open the cage and get him out. Oh, by the way, he's gonna be too tired to walk, so you have to carry him out.
Yeah,
Yep.
oh, okay, all right, never mind. Cool, I'll just keep my mouth shut.
Yeah, that is what most of the side quests were. Like every once in a while, you'll find one that it's like a bit different, and some of them actually kind of fit into the main story a little bit. But it's like, well, they did those, and they're like, well, we need more. What are we going to do? Oh, well, just add a bunch of these same generic quests in over and over, all over the fucking place. And you have to do this shit because you've got to level enough so you can upgrade your armor and weapons so you do enough damage to fucking kill people.
Murder. So they kept all of, well, is it scaled back from some of the Unity nonsense when it comes to you got to do all of the side stuff?
I did not finish all the side shit.
Okay.
I did enough to where I think I was like 34, 35, enough to where I could actually kill fucking things.
Yeah, I know that was one of the things that when you and I were doing stuff in Unity together, even, it was like, hang on, we gotta go do 3 other quests so that we can get the next, damage thing so that I can get this instead of that. Ugh. That was so bullshitty.
Yeah, like I didn't finish upgrading everything. I was like, that's too much wet leather and wood to farm and all that.
If you have to farm materials in an Assassin's Creed game and it's not to build your ship, that's a problem.
That's what Assassin's Creed is now.
It is, but that's also why it's not nearly as good.
Like I've only played like a couple hours into Odyssey, but it kind of seems to be going in a different direction now with it. So we'll see how, because the side quests so far have been each one has been different. And the like, well, they gave you legendary gear to begin with, which
That's
was
a weird choice.
Well, I guess because I got the game so late or whatever, I don't know,
Oh.
but
Counted
it's
as
SEOs
a
out there.
pre-order, even though it's so long.
The damage of my assassination, the
Yeah.
damage and stuff, but it's like level 1, but it is a fuck ton of materials to upgrade it. But I'm already picking up other gear that I can go, okay, I can just swap this out.
Interesting.
That was the one I was hanging off Zeus's penis on.
Oh.
Because I was like, I had to go up on top of it to get the tower marker thing. And I just started climbing up. I was like, yeah.
Which character did you choose out of curiosity?
Cassandra.
I heard that she's the fan favorite. So,
She seems to be kind of a smartass so far.
I mean,
Probably why she's a fan favorite.
yeah.
Because what I read about is apparently the other guy was like very generic Assassin's Creed antagonist style on things, and it's like, I've already played through that.
Like 8 times now.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I'm glad that you're having fun with that. I wish that you could have more fun with the Dino game with us, but I understand. Like, this is not your.
Gotta find a mech person that I like.
Well, I mean, maybe you would like the all I can think of is calling her the cat lady because she has a cat skin. Vigilant, is that her?
Mm-mm.
You don't like her? Okay.
I can tell you now, I will not like her for the simple fact of how similar she works to Widowmaker from when I played her.
Oh, I thought you
And
kind of liked that. So.
No, wait. When did you ever see me play fucking Widowmaker?
Not often, that's for sure. Usually your favorite.
But mostly when it was, usually it's like we're doing random, and it's like, oh, I'm fucking stuck as Widow. Okay.
I mean, you usually did pretty well, so I don't know. Don't hate me.
Well, my thing is like with all the dinosaurs and stuff coming in, it's like it feels a bit too fast paced for that.
That's
so
only gonna be slightly a problem.
I don't know. I might give that one a shot more, but
well, we'll see. Are you good?
I have no idea. This shit sucks, man. Like, it just keeps stuttering, and then it'll freeze, and it'll drop, and then it'll fucking restart. And then
I guess we need to send Comcast, because, you know, that's our lovely
ISP,
a message and be like, hey, this happens regularly in the midday. Like, because it does.
Oh, I did. A few years ago, it's been happening for years and years, and it'll fix for a few months, and then it'll stop.
But we gotta stay on top of yelling at them about it, because that's when it fixes for a few months.
Yeah,
I'm just wondering.
They actually send someone to
no, they don't send anybody.
No, they actually just refresh everything and make sure it stays good for a little while till they think we're not going to notice again.
I'm just wondering, since it's only happening if it's on this PC side, so I would swap y'all's Ethernet connections after the show.
I wonder if that port is dying.
It could be. Did you look at the things?
So, no. and then that way you can kind of check it out and see if it's your end before you call them.
We'll definitely be looking at the router modem situation after the show. So I guess we should talk about the news so that we can get after the show so that we can get this stuff fixed.
It's just getting worse at this point.
Yeah,
like before, at the beginning of the show, it was literally just, once a minute for like 2 seconds at most, and now it's like 4 times a minute at like 18 seconds long. It's like, okay, this is getting worse.
We'll be looking at that. So let's talk about the news stuff.
I'm doing it on purpose to hustle.
Activision, that nonsense.
Well, at this point, it's not nonsense. I mean, I think once you've gone through a court case, you're not nonsense now.
Yeah.
So, where do you want to start with that?
They put them in order, by the way.
Well,
of them
I don't think.
out.
I think I accidentally clicked them out of order. So somebody help me.
Then I will start the from the last week's. Just make sure I don't lie before I start. So the FTC had their court case and tried to have the injunction to stop it. Mm-hmm. It didn't happen. Microsoft won. So the FTC tried to appeal, and that Friday it went through fast. That Friday, 4 days before it was supposed to close, the appeals court said no. So FTC's final attempt to block Microsoft's acquisition of Activision Blizzard. Come on.
Words.
Yeah. You're still good if you're wondering, by the way. Chicken.
I don't know if he can hear us.
Nope, guess he can't. Staring off into space.
Oh, he almost looked frozen too.
He did. Oh, he's so frustrated.
Yeah, he is.
That's fine. We can talk about this stuff.
Yeah.
Well,
You
so
don't need me. I already told you which one was the first one.
so they stopped the acquisition, and that's right now. As for the U.S., it seems as though everything's going to be able to happen the way they needed to. Well, it was supposed to be happening by last Tuesday, I think it was.
Tuesday.
But now they are extending that. Blizzard and Microsoft are extending that date to October, to make that go through. So there is that happening as well. And I imagine that's just gonna. I think part of that's just because the UK they're talking to the UK about what they want done, so they can get them approved, and then that'll be every major country. I think that'll get them up to 41 countries or something like that, completely approved for the deal, and go ahead and be able to push the deal through, get it taken care of. I like that it was 3 months though, because you never know how long it's gonna last. Deal instead of be like, all right, we'll give it to like the 1st of September. But they decided to extend that. But along with that, the FTC still had another lawsuit going on, but they are putting a pause on that currently. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you. I don't know if that just means we're going to see what happens before we make a decision, but we're going to hold on to this. But I think they really know that was their last chance, and they're just putting a pause on it in case Microsoft screws up, essentially, and ends up, doing what everybody said they were going to do. There goes your competition, blah, 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 all that stuff.
I guess so.
I mean, that's what I got out of it. That one's extended to October. The other thing that's been going on to try to block the Microsoft Activision Blizzard deal has been 10 gamers, 10 people out of the entire United States. We're trying to stop this entire thing from happening, saying that Call of Duty and other games that are exclusive to Activision and Blizzard, it's going to be an issue. They're going to their claim was they're going to foreclose rivals, limit output, reduce consumer choice, raise prices, and further inhibit competition. Well, a judge stated basically they didn't have a case, and then they went they went all the way to the Supreme Court. They went through all these different stuff. They went all to the Supreme Court. Supreme Court goes, yeah, we're not listening to that. We're good. We agree with what they said.
Yeah.
And it just reminds me, like, for those that don't understand how our court system works, basically when a judge tells you don't have a case, and then you go to the next judge that's above them and they say you don't have a case, don't try to take it to Supreme Court. Supreme Court usually listens to the lower courts on stuff like that, because there's no bias there. So it'd be different. Like if this was 100,000 gamers, maybe you get them to listen, but 10, you just wasted money.
Yeah.
I don't know who this lawyer is that like bucked up and go, okay, 10 gamers, haha, got you.
It's a lawyer that went, my pocketbook's about to get bigger. Yes, I'll take your case. $10 million. That's $1 million from each of you. Oh, okay, you're actually doing it. All right. Well then, I'm not gonna turn down $10 million. Let's do it. Like
all the millions. I would like all the millions, please. Thank you very much. You have $1 million and you have $1 million. Now you give it to me. Thanks.
It just, a lot of this stuff feels super bungled, to be honest. So,
I don't think I've ever. I don't remember at any point when companies want to buy one out or merge or anything, there being this much resistance anywhere for it on anything.
This is one of the biggest mergers in video game.
yeah, I mean, it's pretty huge.
It was about as big as Activision Blizzard was back in the day when that one initially happened.
And I don't remember this much pushback from it.
Well, because there was multiple companies. Now there were hundreds of companies. Now we're starting to get down to tens of companies
Yeah.
because they're all merging, running out of small companies to buy.
I think part of it is when you have a company like Sony, who's never been good with playing well with others, looks at one of their cash cows
Yep.
and goes, "Hey, you're going to try to take that from us. We just know it. Well, we don't really think you're going to do it, but we're going to accuse you of doing it. And see what we can do. And then we're going to fire up our base to make them think the same thing, which I guarantee you, if I went to the 10 guys that sued for this,
They're Sony's.
every one of them has a PlayStation in their house.
Well, probably. I
You know.
mean, well, yeah. I guess if you're kicking up that kind of dust about it, you probably have a... What are you playing that's an Activision Blizzard game that you're that hard up about, though? Is it Call of Duty? Like, is that it?
They're very passionate fans. I will say that. I would say that I would like Activision Blizzard. If you're talking about two very passionate sets, I think your WoW players and your Call of Duty players are both very passionate about their game. I think that you have, which is why you had a bunch of them going, we want vanilla, and because we don't care for retail of what you're producing on that. We're very passionate. Give us the game we loved, and then that ended up happening.
Yeah.
I
mean,
and I
don't
think
disagree with that, but I also, it's one of those things where it's like, you're really that concerned that Sony, as a billion-dollar company, is going to have to pay royalties to Microsoft to play so that you can play your Call of Duty game. Like, are you just concerned that Sony's not actually going to do it and you're arguing from your own selfish point of view? Like, at that point?
I really think that that Sony had convinced them, based on Sony's argument, that they were going to take it off of the platform altogether. I really think that's what they had convinced themselves of. And they were like, okay, lawsuit. And I'm interested to see how many of these people knew each other in real life.
Yeah, like, what 10 of you decided that you were this passionate to take up Sony's case, not yours, but Sony's, because you guys have a PlayStation in your house? Like, the Sony execs are not paying you to do this? Seriously, what happened here?
Right.
I don't know. Maybe it's one of those, more money than common sense and would like some attention things? But, I mean, I also don't know their names or who they are, so they didn't get the attention they were looking for, at least from me.
Fair.
Sorry. You're just 10 people that decided to be crazy with your money. That's on you.
Right. Too funny. With the acquisition looking like it's going through, we are seeing some changes as well in games when it comes to Activision Blizzard as well as Xbox itself. Overwatch 2 next month is supposed to be coming to Steam. You'll still have to log in with your Battle.net information.
Which is weird. If you're putting it on Steam, why do you not, like, I don't know. That seems weird.
The same principles, all the other games.
Yeah,
Account-based
Capcom,
games.
Microsoft games, all of
but
those.
with those, you still have to buy the game. With this one, it's a free-to-play game, I guess. I don't understand. Like, League of Legends is not on Steam. Or
No.
maybe, I mean...
League of Legends, though, is on Microsoft.
Yeah,
you have
it
to sign
is.
into that one.
Also, like, as an aside, I don't know, if you've noticed it, or maybe it doesn't matter as much to you, but the Xbox app, when you launch it, launches any tied-in services. So my EA app is running constantly in the background if my Xbox app is open, and it will not allow me to close it. For Chicken, it's the Riot one. It's like, we're not playing those games. Yeah. It's like you can't close that. It's
Yeah.
important to the Xbox app, and it's like,
I'll take a screenshot of it next time. Whenever I try to close it while I have the Xbox app, it says you cannot do that while the Xbox client is running.
and it's like I don't really think that my EA launcher
See, I don't
needs to
have
be open.
I don't have Origins or anything on this PC, so
Yeah.
Well,
and I don't
it's-
play Riot games, so
It's frustrating because I do have, my EA app installed. It's not Origin anymore, by the way. They got rid of that. Now it's the EA launcher because somehow it's different if you say it that way.
Sure.
Yeah, I mean, I really don't know what they did aside from give it a visual overhaul, but it automatically opens it in the background when you open the Xbox app, and you cannot close it. It's like I'm not even playing an EA game. Why does this have to
that's
be?
it's so boggy.
Yeah.
Like
So-
and it's weird that it's required that way because like think of the Capcom one that we had to do last night, or that you have to do for the game we played last night.
Yeah.
All it is the ID is sending that information over.
Yeah,
That's
it's
it.
like it's tied into the game itself. It doesn't have its own launcher.
Yeah, and so it is. But if I'm playing an EA game on their console, there's no app in the background. I just have to log into the account. That's it.
I mean, I guess maybe like deep in the background somewhere it's running because you don't have to open it, so you don't ever see it, but it is running it. It's installed and running the EA app in the background, I guess.
Right.
But yeah, frustrating. Anyway, sorry. Carry on.
I would like to
guess-
point out with Overwatch 2 coming over that notice that it's just going to Steam. It's not going to Epic.
Epic. Huh.
Notice the day that they announced that.
Isn't that they announced it on the day that it was supposed to be the merge day?
Mm-hmm.
So
Microsoft and Activision already had deals behind the doors with they were supposed to close. They're like, all right, we're gonna close, fully merge, make this announcement.
So
Well-
it would have been on Steam and on Game Pass, but well, their launcher essentially because
Yeah.
it's free to play. But
I wonder if that means that now, like, once that does go through, if my Xbox app on my PC is going to open my EA and my Battle.net at the same time. Stop running all
God,
my
I hope
launchers
not.
in the background.
I hope not.
I
hope
hate
not.
the launcher culture. I hate it so much.
It's not like I don't mind the fact that people have their own launcher. I just don't launch my launcher if I'm not playing on your shit. Make me sign into the account. That's fine. I have an account with you. I don't have a problem with that. That way, it's licensed through you and all that shit. And you can keep track of my data or whatever you wanted to do for that. Oh, look, he scored 5 points. Good for him. Whatever. But it's just, I don't know. I hope not though. That would be awful. I would hope that on the background, Microsoft is figuring out a way to combine Battle.net and their Xbox app in some way, to where if you have both, similar to you'll go into certain games and you can see where the other person's playing from, whether they're playing from Battle.net or Steam or Xbox or whatever, something like that, to where there's at least something there to where they go, okay, this every time they log in, this is where they're playing from. I don't know. It's just, but it's not on Epic. It's not on Epic. That's all.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna throw that out there.
I guess
Epic doesn't play well with others.
no, Epic's selfish. Epic and Sony could probably be friends though. Oh wait, they are. They are.
Yeah.
They are. So yeah, checks out. Activision Blizzard also just laid off some folks too, but it's from their esports division, which I mean, esports is in a weird place right now where it's not as popular as it used to be. Like, it's still got viewers, but it's not, I guess, as cohesive as it was before, and it's not making as much money.
Are you
But-
talking about the Overwatch League thing now?
Yeah, they Activision Blizzard laid off 50 staff from their esports division. And I don't know why, but in the article
Overwatch
it's
League
like,
is over.
yeah, in the article
there
they
was-
mention while Diablo 4 is doing so well, and it's like, yeah, but Diablo
Right.
4 doesn't have anything to do with their esports Overwatch side of things.
The-
Like, I don't
it's
understand why
this-
you're.
Blizzard also tried to artificially set up an esports sport where
Yeah,
it's
they
like
did.
games, you usually get to that point naturally.
Well, they tried to buy their way into it, and it didn't pan out.
They're buying their way out of it now,
Yeah.
because the other article that I didn't put up here because I couldn't find it, that they are offering all the teams, if they don't
what? Oh my God!
no.
Why you gotta leave us on a cliffhanger? I hate you, Comcast.
And his head's kind of to the side,
Yeah,
capping
it's
us.
like he's saying that he knows a thing and he's not gonna tell us if they don't.
Wow.
No, now I have to know. And he looks like a Renaissance
Right?
painting. Damn it.
If they
don't what?
have a
just listening
barbecue,
to her panic in the other room.
we are
screaming.
dying right now because it's like your face. Where
Okay,
it
now tell
froze
me
in
if they
his
don't
face.
what? Don't what?
If they don't re-sign, they get $6 million.
Oh, thank God! Now I know.
Okay.
So they are basically
I was going for
paying
barbecue,
the
but
teams
whatever.
to not re-sign for the Overwatch
That's a
League.
lot of money. Well, $6 million. That's
That
I would
helps
say
close
that's
out. That helps close out the teams so that they
Yeah.
can pay the people and then shut it down. They want to shut it down. Overwatch League is dead. That's it.
that sucks to be
I
like
mean,
I'm gonna be an Overwatch League player.
Overwatch 2 is kind of dying at this point anyway.
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
And-
a lot of the
oh,
changes to that were just not good. Changing the team comp thing from 6 to 5, when especially with Overwatch League, you're gonna have to change that around because Overwatch League was built in the first Overwatch. So you've got tanks, 2 tanks per team, and now you're like, well, all right, one of you's got to get cut because we only need 1 tank now, and the rest of you have to figure out how to handle it. Good luck. So, I don't know. It just seems like Activision Blizzard, specifically, I guess Blizzard in this case, made a lot of really poor decisions, and now they're having to pay people to not play their game.
Well, to be fair, if you looked when Overwatch first came out and you looked at the back of the case, it's an Activision game. It's got the Blizzard label on it.
Well, that's
So-
not entirely surprising.
Mm-hmm.
So, it just that game had so much potential, and it was so good for a while, and then
Then they stopped supporting it to work on Overwatch 2, and that was a fucking disaster.
yeah, yep, money, got that money.
Money.
Let us try to sell you on everything and bank on FOMO, making you pay for things like our battle pass or everything that you see in the store because in 24 hours it won't be on the storefront anymore.
And it is worth noting too that in the article itself, it does say that the 50 employees that were fired were working on a tool to help run their tournaments. So they thought everything was going fine when they got let go.
Yeah.
And it's a possibility that Microsoft had something a little bit to do with this too. You just need to drop that. You know what I mean?
Yeah. They're like, yeah, just stop.
Yeah, just stop. That is a complete possibility as well. But they just said they're completely unequipped to internally support any type of esports because that tool doesn't exist and whatever they were using before doesn't exist anymore either.
I mean, they're paying players not to play. I think that they don't care if they're unequipped to run it. They're hoping they don't have to try, you know?
Yeah, it's going to save them money just spending money, right? In
Yeah.
this case.
Yeah. See, it's one of those things where it's like, oh, you only argued for Microsoft and Blizzard acquisition because you're a Microsoft person. It's like, no, I don't think any of these companies make all of the right choices, and I think that a lot of the choices that Activision Blizzard has made recently over the past several years are poor decisions, and I'm not saying that Microsoft's going to make that any better. I'm just saying that if they want to be, want to go through with the acquisition, then they should.
We actually want all these companies to do well. Because it makes it better for us.
Yeah.
Like gaming, from a gaming standpoint, the better Sony is, the better Microsoft is, the better, with the Activision and Blizzard, everything. It just helps all of us. If they're doing well, we don't want them to do shitty things. EA has done shitty things. Ubisoft has done shitty things.
Yeah.
But
We want them all to stop that and do better, but some people just seem to have a penchant for hurting themselves.
Mm-hmm.
And then not learning from it,
Exactly. Last one on the list. If you are a fan of the Xbox games with gold system, well, you're getting a new system because they're getting rid of the games with gold, it's been a long time. Like, how old is this? Did it say in the article how long it's been?
I mean, I have no idea, but it's been for a long time. There were games with gold when I started playing.
Wow. So it's changing over to the core system. And if you remember, it was about 2-3 years ago when Xbox tried to raise the price of Game Pass and change how they were going to do their subscription services as well as gold and all that, and everybody threw a fit about it. They're all right, we're going to leave it. We're going to figure out how to revamp it. This is the revamp. This is taking 3 years. So the core system is still allow you to play online.
Mm-hmm.
It's $10 a month basically. You'll get a catalog of 25 high quality games on console, and they said there should be more to come. So it's just right now they're starting with 25. So think of the way Game Pass was, where it was supposed to be 100 games. Now it's a lot more than that.
I think it's probably going to be 25, but they'll rotate which games it is.
Maybe, but I guess we'll see on that one. They'll figure it out and swap
Games
them
with
out.
gold has only been out for 10 years.
10 years. So there you go. Member deals and discounts. So you're going to get the same discounts that people that have Game Pass are. I don't know if it's going to be the same amount, but you will get a discount, just like you would before. So everything's pretty much the same, except you're getting 25 games you can play.
Yeah.
Some of the notable games that they have on here are going to be Doom Eternal, Fallout 4. If you're a Fallout 76 fan or wanted to try it, since that's a game that requires a lot of online play. I feel it's weird and I'm re-looking over this, that they put Halo 5 and Halo Wars 2 on here, but they didn't put like
Halo
the
Infinite.
Master Chief Collection.
Yeah.
Too many games for the Master Chief Collection.
I guess Halo Infinite is too new, and the Master Chief Collection is something that they want to keep on the other ones to incentivize. 'Cause people are gonna, if you're gonna play Halo, you're probably gonna play for Halo 3. So they're incentivizing you to get one of the higher tiers because that one will be on the higher tier.
That's fair. So, so they've got that. The rest of I'm not really sure if the rest of the prices are the same. They look the same to me.
Yeah, consoles $10.99 a month, PCs $9.99 a month. Although you get between the console and the PC, on the PC it's $9.99 a month, and you get EA Play membership, but you don't get the EA Play membership for $10.99 on the console. I think that's weird. You pay $1 more and get less content.
Probably because they can sell PC players more things from that than they can console players. So
probably the other thing about it is too, if you look between the core and the console, there's only $1 difference between the two prices.
Yeah,
that's because you're going to get the console, you're getting all of their games.
You're paying the extra $1 to unlock all of the games.
Yeah. So
it's kind of like one of those situations where it's $1 more. Why wouldn't you do that one?
Mm-hmm.
But for PC, it's $9.99. And then Ultimate is $16.99, and that does basically it's PC and console together. So, so if you're like most people and you have both access to both, then, like a lot of people, then you have access to both. I guess you could do it that way.
So if you buy the console, do you not have access to the console multiplayer?
No.
Wait, what? Do you have to do core and console?
No.
You have to do Ultimate.
No. Console, you should still have it on there.
It doesn't say that. He's right.
You're right.
Core,
it doesn't say that.
It says online console multiplayer, catalog of 25 games, and member discount. Under console is hundreds of high quality games, new games on day one, and member discounts. You have to spend $20 to get both of them, or $16 if you do the Ultimate.
So
they're hiding this.
Wow.
The console deal is specifically for single player style. Like, you're not playing online, you're just playing single player.
Which is weird because some of the games that they're offering you in that 25 are multiplayer games, like Among Us. So
that's the core. The core is basic online player. Console is basic single player. Ultimate is everything console wise, and PC is everything PC wise. Interesting choice that they gave.
I wonder if people noticed that in the comments.
I don't know. I didn't see anybody mention it.
Huh.
That's interesting.
That was
I guess
good
it's
eye.
assumed.
Good eye, chicken.
I bet that's what everybody's going to assume. They'll lock into the $10.99 one, assuming that they get it and they don't have access to the online player. Microsoft, that's shady.
So you remove the console version and it's core, which is online console, PC, which is PC games, and then Ultimate, which is the multiplayer console one.
Oh yeah, somebody did notice it in the comments. Game Pass Core equals online multiplayer but less games. Console pass, more games but no online. Yeah, it's not confusing at all for people who aren't looking. Wow.
So I'm interested to see, because correct me if I'm wrong, games with gold, all the games that we've gotten over the years with games with gold, as long as we have the subscription still, we can still continue to play the games that we got.
Yes. That is actually one of the questions that somebody asked.
Will that go away?
Do we still have all the games access? Yes, you will still have access to the games.
I kind of felt like with those, it tied it to your account, so it was almost like a purchase.
That'll work.
That would be real shitty on their end if they went ahead.
I mean,
and
to be fair, I would just tell them, I wouldn't even connect it to the account anymore. I would literally just call it owned. You own it. Doesn't matter if you have the service together anymore or what, because a lot of those are 360 games. They still got some one games in there and stuff too, but there's no modern series games on there. So, because it was 2 years ago when they stopped doing the 360 ones, I think.
Yeah.
That.
No, you're good, chicken.
You're good.
I'm not lagging anymore.
Okay.
Okay.
Your camera does look more high def.
Something was downloading in the background. I couldn't find it.
Oh, it may have been one of the. Well, we were talking about Xbox, since our Xbox is hooked up all the time. I wonder if it was.
But why would it be? That would.
No, I meant like the actual console.
I know, but that would be hitting you too. But it was just hitting me. Something in my PC somewhere was downloading something. I looked through everything because I thought that's what it was.
That was happening to Red. You remember a couple of months ago when we were trying to raid and something was downloading and he couldn't find it. Like I think it's probably Microsoft updates.
Maybe I looked at that too, but I
think
did you restart your PC before we started just to check that out?
Restart my what?
PC.
No, I didn't restart it, but I mean I'm clear. Here we are. I've been sitting here for the last 10 minutes going, huh? It's not doing it anymore. I can actually talk.
So it was your PC.
So something was downloading somewhere. And like I said, I looked for it, but I couldn't find it.
I think Microsoft does background updates that it doesn't tell you it's updating. So I think that's probably what it was doing your update.
I turn all my auto updates off.
So do I.
Yeah, mine are off too, but sometimes
they just get in one of those critical updates. But hey, look, I'm here. I'm
just in time for the end of the show. Hey guys,
perfect. Now
congratulations, way to be.
Oh no, I was lagging the whole time. Good thing this was a short show.
Well, we do appreciate everybody that hangs out with us every other week on If a Respawn. Make sure you hit that sub button along with that bell that's there. Go to twitch.tv/EliteChicken313. Where Chicken's getting closer to the fall. He's got some games.
Closer to buying a new modem and
Game Pass now. I have Game Pass now, so Lies of P is definitely on the docket.
There you go. Yay! You can play it and I can watch.
Right.
Because I'll start throwing my controller about an hour and a half, 2 hours.
Really took that long for me to be like, okay, it's 15 minutes into the game and I can't dodge roll this shit because I don't know how to play Souls games.
It was really pretty though.
Dodge roll more, Griff.
And I can't.
And I found it easier than I do Souls, to be fair. It's not as clunky. But it's still clunky, just not as clunky. And then make sure you go to twitch.tv/MDBOaktree, or you can go to kick.com/MDBOaktree. Stream on there almost every day of the week. So if you follow both, you'll find me on one of them for sure. Right now playing through Dave the Diver, of course, and then also playing Valheim as well. So for Infinite Respawn, I'm Oak Tree.
I'm Griff.
I'm Chicken.
I'm Bucket.
Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Please hang up and try again.